I'm a little nervous for this one. Not just because it's called Bloodbath, that might be part of it, but like the difficulty keeps going up, and this was kind of difficult to intuit what they wanted me to put in there. So you can guess the answers, but you have to guess. I want to be given evidence that you can't dispute. Ideally.
Loading Bloodbath.
We'll see.
Loading complete. Good luck.
A typically noisy detective's office became chillingly silent. The officers had not returned any calls, and there was no response on comms. Can you figure out what happened to the color detective's office? So a whole office was fucked. It was a bloodbath. To Kyle Cropper. Don't know if that is actually. No, so this. We are probably in color NL, which is the state the Paints Creek killing took place in. I don't know what it stands for, if it stands for anything. I don't think any of these addresses are where we are right now, though. This is probably just evidence. Avoided contraband due to current state. There's a phone number on there. I kind of just get a scope of things. Big picture, and then we'll look at details. Well, we have a gun, but it's been taken apart. 9mm. Oh. Some bullets in the wall. Comfy. Beanbag chair. Gosh, it's possible. It's possible none of the stuff in these cubicles even matters, but I'm gonna come back and examine it all. It's kind of a fucking mess in here. Like all over. Sweet. Drugs. We can click on these two in this bag. Okay, so this is the... What do they call this room? No, cubicle room. Observation room. Detective's office. Okay, so the observation room. Oh, fuck. Okay. Where we observe the interrogations. The real question, yeah, did somebody shoot into here or out of there? I mean, 2 people died in there. Somebody was executed here, it looks like. What the hell? Somebody died here, but there's no visible blood? Like, I don't... Is that streak even blood? It looks black. Okay, well, I guess all this does too. But it's just a tiny little bit from the mouth? Okay, so this is what we are looking at then, this big picture. We got a bunch of bodies. Holy moly. Yeah, it kind of feels like maybe it would have started in here and then an officer maybe fired into the glass. Okay. And then they barricaded the a perpetrator in the officers' lounge, or they put somebody put somebody in the officers' lounge. Although this does not look very secure, really. Depends on how heavy this cabinet is, but even then. Okay, what are our questions? Oh, yeah, and do we have any, like, extra documents? What is in the package by the exit? Ooh. Was the gun the killer used standard issue? Who died by the office doorway? What office? Which? Like this person? I mean, yeah, there's... By the detective's office doorway? So I think they're referring to that body. Because this is the observation room, not an office. It's not labeled as an office. So yeah, this person was shot at a bunch of times, it looks like. But they were hit. Who was the dirty cop? Just one? How many people were murdered? How many people were murdered? I don't know if this is a trick question. I would just count the body outlines on the floor. That could be a very easy question, but it could be a trick question where there's somebody else. Or it could be a trick question, like you're gonna overthink this, but really you just have to count the bodies on the floor. Hi, no, don't. Oh my God, Kensu almost pressed the power button to turn the computer off. He's a busy cat. Was Harry Baker in a reasonable state of mind, yes or no? Which prisoner was interrogated in room number 1? And I don't have anything extra to look at in this one. It's room 2, room 1. Wait, what was the question? Which prisoner was in interrogation room number 1? Being interrogated? Like before all this went down? Yeah, I'm gonna assume that's what they mean. Before all this shit went down, who was being interrogated in here? So I think if we want to know who the dirty cop is, maybe that's what the detective offices will tell us. I don't know if this Colortown City Employee Initiative, like, does this really have any impact? Ooh. Wow, somebody fucking missed. They wouldn't have hit the fucking clock on purpose. Nobody is probably thinking like that, but they happened to hit the clock. You know, this thing could have had a battery pack somewhere else and it could have kept going. But I guess we can assume the time froze. I didn't even look at the fucking date. Did the date and time come up even this time? I didn't see it at all. There's another clock out here, I think. Yeah, so we're looking at, it's 8:45. Cats. Yeah, just after 7, so almost 2 hours have lapsed, I guess. What? Why is that just sitting neatly? Maybe somebody dug it out of themselves and put it there. Nah, it'd be probably messier than that. There's another one. "1998 planner, Town of Color, Nevada." Wait, Nevada? It said NL on the package. Unlock office and open. Equipment lockers. Okay, this... I don't know what date today is, because apparently I can't not figure the fuck out how this game works. Is it the 27th? 28th? 99? 98. Unlock office, open doors. Water Fern. Take a morning walk. Gun range. Just meeting with Dick. Meet with Miss Tabas. Lock doors for office. Unlock office. Lunch with Dick and Jimmy. Afternoon walk. Lock doors for office. Fern needs water. General meeting in office. 204A. You forgot to write that down earlier. Okay. Begin to review Philip case. NSLJ with both prisoners. Get keys from driver. Yeah, that is the next day. Meet with Philip Clements. Lunch with Dick. Discuss the Carl Tristan situation. No Jimmy today. Case sensitive. Call NLSJ authorities. NL. What the fuck is SJ? Nice shirt. The evidence is sufficient. He did it. He didn't do it. Let's see any bullets. Wow, and we cannot read these either. This is 98. They don't have cameras. Wilder 9mm. A lot of shots were fired from right here. And the glass is on the inside of the room. The glass being on the inside of the room makes it feel like the impact came from the outside, you know, in. So somebody out here broke the glass, but yeah, we see this bullet came from here for sure. So this person, who were, or what were they firing at? They fired how many? 6 rounds? At least 6 rounds? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Might have to say that the window is broken from both sides. Because I don't think there are any bullet holes. It's possible this person took 6 bullets to the torso. That fucking sucks. Sucks for you. None of the paperwork here. Okay. We can't fucking read any of the paperwork here. So all of that information, all the names and everything is going to come from the detective's office room. It has to. We haven't read a single fucking name. Well, oh, okay. Philip, none of these names like have any context behind them though. So I don't see any shells, any casings from this side. Now there are bullets in the wall here, so. Ooh, that's different. Wait, those don't match the 9mm, do they? I have to. I mean, I don't fucking know. I have to look at the gun that was being cleaned in there. I think there was a bunch of bullets to look at. There's just 4. Oh. Ooh. Okay, hold on a second. Is this all the... Oh, fuck. Like, I will get the same document no matter where I click. I think so. Okay. 1996 records. This one back here is invalid. This one is not, though. Don't catch it? What? Oh, maybe didn't catch it. Like, I didn't catch the type of drug he used? Don't catch it. Yeah, invalid report. No shit. Like, what is wrong with you? Who wrote this? Interviewing officer. Oh, this is a different name, but Darren Nakamura. Oh my god, there's a shitload of these. Oh shit, I'm not gonna go through all these right now. Okay, but Darren did all of these reports. Reports and all associated files. Report sidelined from central folder for this case. Various times Detective Nakamura failed to note certain bits. Couldn't understand what she said. So I think the point from all these pieces of paper is just to note that Detective Nakamura kind of sucks at his job. If we need to, I guess we know we can come back and look at all the details in there, but I can't imagine they're all going to be important. There's a lot in there. When I'm picking at or pulling at straws later, that's what I'll do. And this one came from this way as well, so... Still no shell casings, though. Weird. Of course, they put all... I see, they put all this on all this glass and shit on the floor. Well, and of course this person was shot too. They fired maybe just the one round. They got injured, they crawled over here. What do we think? They got injured here. They crouched down here, fired. Crawled over here and then fired one more round and then they were executed. Oh, there's another one. So all of the shells have been the same though, but these bullet points are different. Confused. I don't know how bullets work. Why would that be? Is that all the information in this room? Gosh. Maybe this is our next, Wait, no, there wasn't 3 scenes to pick from for this. I don't think. I was gonna say, maybe the next scene is in here. Okay, the bullets thing is confusing me. Why are they different? But all the shells are the same. Show me some bullets. These are just standard 9mm because they're relatively like there. Yeah, they're copper tipped and they're relatively short and they're flattened off. So I'm guessing these are like the standard ones. Oh. Oh. Trent 50 AE. This just says 9mm. So is the 9mm's got to be standard issue, but like, why does this say something fucking different on the shell casing? I'm gonna see if I can find more bullets, because it's fucking bothering me, man. Schizophrenia. Wait. So we have the doctor's name, the patient's name is supposed to be on a prescription though, right? Come on. What's the patient's name? .40 Super, 40S, but those bullets said 50 AE. I don't understand. Oh, this is Darren's office. 1990. Okay, what was this? 89 bachelors. Here has the photos I took. So it sounds like Officer Nakamura was taking medication for schizophrenia, maybe. Doesn't mean he's the dirty cop, but he was struggling a bit at his job. Harry can be trusted. Is that another cop? With Piggy. Smith says hello. Case 12218. Okay. Trilinol. My guy. Using that many sticky notes kind of defeats the purpose. Great. Oh. So I don't really like that there's no like marking. Like I can click on the sticky note, but anything else apparently shuts the drawer. It's kind of annoying. Oh. Oh. Pig Stealer case. She can help with money. Okay, so here's something I'm wondering. Why is this frame so dark? 91. Breaking Easter mourns sacred silence. What? Breaking Easter mourns sacred silence. What the fuck does that mean? Guys, what is this even trying to say? Am I having a aneurysm moment, or like, should you have rewritten this? A shootout occurred after inmate escapes prison. Yesterday, as the sun peaked beyond the valley's Silent Guardian Mountains, gunfire poured over Detective Darren Nakamura's head. Oh. As our town was gathered to pray and observe this Easter Sunday, Detective Nakamura was praying for his own life as he defended ours. His partner, Detective Baker, was away on assignment in Bindler City, and Darren was all alone. An escapee from Sun City Detention Center, Adam McDaniel, was running rampant on our streets before he was finally shot dead by our brave detective. Detective Nakamura had been on McDaniel's trail for over 2 days, sniffing every plausible rat hole the man was known to be familiar with. But we don't even... Journalists in this universe, no ethics, no standards. We will compare our suspects to rats at the drop of a fucking hat. It was on the eve of Easter Sunday that Nakamura found out that McDaniel knew a friend here in color, an old one from a high school in Glendale. Upon cluing in, he began the hunt proper. Laying low and watching from afar, a detective began to try to understand how to best proceed. State officials were called in to help, but they were still hours away when the fugitive burst from his friend's home. Curiously watching as McDaniel jumped into a green sedan, Nakamura wondered about the friend. The door was left ajar for 20 minutes before he approached. Inside, Detective Nakamura discovered Christopher Preffler, dead from an apparent gunshot wound to the head. It was then that Detective Nakamura knew he'd have to pursue with no help or backup. He'd have to stop the killer before any other issue ensued. Tearing about, Nakamura looked high and low for the stolen vehicle. It was at the corner of Flint and 9th that he sighted the sedan. Without having time to check in, he jumped out and approached. And in a second, a flurry of gunfire erupted from the sedan's back. As McDaniel exited and began to flee on foot, Nakamura gave chase. With the grace of a trained professional, he was able to cripple the fugitive with a shot to the leg. A proper shootout began with this, and Nakamura was forced to retreat for cover, but after agonizing minutes, the shots came less and less. The detective was then able to get a shot in and kill McDaniel dead. State officials have still closed off the corner and Mr. Preffler's house until all evidence has been properly collected. Detective Nakamura has been given some time off as the case proceeds, but with that time off, we hope he knows he did our town a great and amazing favor. Who is giving these statements? Where are you getting your information even fucking from? This is just a story somebody wrote and shoved in the paper. I know, right, Kensu? Like, no, there's no even in a statement from the police chief or nothing like that. This story just fucking manifested. I cannot get over this fucking headline. It does not make any fucking grammatical sense. Does it? Guys, chill. Chill out. Everything's fine. Gosh. Also, wow, with the grace of a... What was it? Where is that sentence? With the grace of a trained professional. Yes, because our cops are known for not fucking up where they shoot. Or shooting with deliberation and grace, as opposed to just fucking shooting because they feel like it. So I'm guessing he has some kind of PTSD from that incident. In 91. Oh. What? Why can't I pick up the pen? I cannot fucking see anything about it because of the glare behind it. Why are you gonna let me pick up the pen? I cannot. There's no details on this pen that I can even fucking see. His PTSD might have set off schizophrenic episodes, and it's totally possible that some of these people he's referencing are only in his head. I don't know that yet. I do not know which of those people it might be at all. Yeah. And we said this during the Paynes Creek killings, you know, people with mental illnesses in the real world are statistically more likely to be victims of crimes, not perpetrators. But in the video game world, it depends. It depends. Oh, there's another sticky note. Morning stroll, buy more drinks. Oh my gosh. Harry asked for papers again. Find them. Wrappers. So, like, he goes for a morning walk at about 10:30 every morning, but okay. Which is consistent with that other planner that we found, so that could be his planner. I'd have to look at it again. But yeah, no, in a Paynes Creek killing, so I have played another game by these developers, so I can say they didn't do that in Paynes Creek Killings. They did kind of make it seem like the person who was so mentally ill, you know, could have been a bad person. It could have been a killer, but it kind of turned out that that wasn't the case. So I don't quite know if they would do that in this game or not. We'll just have to see. New medication today, not like the old stuff I was using, but it's got a bit more of a kick to it. I know my doctor told me to likely avoid this if I'm on anything else, but he said it was a great alternative if I start to notice a dip in the other medicine. It seems to be doing fine. It seems to be doing fine. I don't notice any difference just yet, but it gets the job done. My headache is still there though. Well, I don't feel so weird anymore. I think it's good. So far, so good. I think it's just another fine day. The whispering stopped. Thumbs up for this stuff. It's only been a week, but I can say that this got the job done just fine. My headaches are still there, but they hardly compare with the normal ones. My trial amount ran out today. Bought some pain reliever to help the layover until I can get another bottle in 2 days. I don't know why they always have to drip feed the amounts. I almost collapsed when I finally got this stuff yesterday. It's a fast actor, however. Came in a little late though. Now it's completely normal again. I could get worse stuff to quiet down? What? And now it's completely normal again. I'm stretching a little to make sure I can pay for this next time because it works 100%. It is hampering my other expenses, however. Thank you, America. Almost had an issue. Didn't take one as an experiment yesterday. I think even by the end of the day, Baker was a little concerned. Feels good, no issues. You know, I think that the prior medicine was just putting me off. You could tell me green men had taken over the government and I would have bought it. Had to buy another bottle in the morning, completely out of money though. I'm going to have to start a second job or something to help pay for my issues. I can't find the medicine. I left it in my car and now it's gone. I've been doing fine for the most part. I need to find it again, at least before my issues crop up again. My headaches have already returned. I just don't want to hear the voices on the 21st. I have a flashlight, right? Yeah, okay. Oh, I see. It's it's just really dark for some reason without the light on. There's too many names floating around at the moment. that, like in this cubicle especially, it's like just names with no context. I think I'm literally gonna have to write down names and who everyone is. Bullet size too large for Jay's issue. I guess we're getting into details now. Behind the badge, Highway Patroller of the Year, Richard Nicholas Bolts. Richard Bolts, we saw his name on some of the reports. Nevada State selects our very own Richard Bolts as the Highway Patrol of the Year. We're overjoyed that the city of Brindler has been able to rise again and claim 2 of the 3 annual awards that our states hand out. In 78, Richard Bolts was hired as a cadet during his 4.5 years of service. Small interview, he noted his delight in being given this prestigious award. Okay. So he's a little bit older than Nakamura. I can look at this pen with my flashlight on. Not that it fucking matters, it's just a pen. But that's how, if the lighting is kind of fucked. Oh, there are nameplates, y'all. There's fucking nameplates, probably. Hi! Okay, this is Harry Baker's office. And then we've got Mike Snyder, senior detective. Senior detective. Detective, I'm guessing. Senior detective, oh, okay. 3 seniors. Wait, who is this again? Richard Bolts. Oh, we've actually got his P.O. box address and phone number. Write recommendations for Mendoza. Faulkner needs report. Morning road incident 72. Look up. Call Mary from SCPD. Fax chief weekly breakdown. We can't get into the chief's office. Fax Judge K with paperwork. Judge V's secretary still hasn't faxed. Average gunfight too short for Sun City running killer cases. The bottom out was right. Kids shattered Harry's rear view. Get another replacement. Tell them to clean their cubicles. Yeah, man, this place is a fucking rat's nest. Stocks for BLRQ rose 2% again. What? Ask Arthur about investing in TPK or RMN. What is that? The Pace Creek killings. Todd's father was home. Do a background check on Harry. This person needs 25K. Jenner said that one of the clocks is an hour behind. Uh-oh. So we don't know anything really about the times, because I don't know if one of the clocks was an hour behind. Does it really fucking matter though? I haven't run across anything that makes me think I need to know what time it was when the incidents happened. With Mike. Mike opens the offices. I don't think these fonts are all like, you know, they all look the same to me. Like, people don't have distinct handwriting. Nakamura opened the office on the 25th. That's why that other guy's planner didn't have this in it. That was Mike's journal or whatever. So he actually might have been shot by the door If that was his planner and he was sitting at that desk watching the interrogations, he might have backed out of the room and been shot by the office door. Wait, so this happened on the 26th? Like, it is the 26th? I thought it might have been the 25th today. Alcoholism, an addiction to the consumption of alcoholic liquor or the mental illness and compulsive behavior resulting from alcohol dependency. This must be properly observed for a set amount of time before action would be used. Is that it for your cubicle? Ooh, okay. Copperhead. These are all the same. I guess I don't know yet who's the dirty cop. It could still be this guy. But I'm gonna guess that that's the standard issue ammo. Although I guess I really don't know for sure. Susan Bolts. Oh, okay. So that would have probably been his wife. They use the same business card maker. Nakamura bugged me today after lunch about if Susan could offer a smaller type of deal. What? Rental charges. I told him to just harass Mike for some change if it's just for some snacks. It's not, it's for his meds. I know Mike might not help given his dislike for the guy. Huh. It's been a long day. There's been so much going on. Both Mike and I hit the mother lode. This is a holy witness we've been waiting for. She's going to break the entire case against Carl Tristan. From here, notes, we can read that the 11 kilograms of this that the company was transporting was switched out at the last second for another trucker. Tristan didn't mishandle the insider stuff. He was either set up or a very unfortunate victim of pure coincidence. Okay, there's a pen with green ink somewhere. Is that why the pens are significant? Am I going to be able to pick up another pen and see a difference? It's just a green ink is unusual. I need Baker to not keel over and die. What? I found him on the corner of Swiss and Baker's this morning. He's a complete wreck. Dragged him here in the car. He's a liability right now. That evidence for his case a few weeks back went missing. I'm 90% sure he just partied all night with the final portion of it. Nakamura may be the largest hiring blunder we had in the last decade, but if Harry doesn't shape up and stop running afoul, then even Nakamura may seem like a decent partner. And if this goes on just a little more, we'll have to really confront him. I'd rather that Nakamura and Mike not constantly try to get in each other's way. The bickering is constant on most normal days. They're often testy after their individual morning walks. Oh, okay. They each go on a... Wait a second. That's weird. I think they likely run into each other and fight. Today is exactly one of those days. They came back in at about the same time and were complaining about something that I care too little to understand. I really did try and ease attention, but Mike was playing hard ass. Hell, it got to the point that Nakamura just got quiet. It set Mike off and he understood to shut up. Baker just watched the entire show. He was waxing his swords. What? He gets some type of sick pleasure watching all this. I can feel it. If Nakamura is the nutcase, then Baker is the lost cause. I got to meet him today. He looked healthy, seems fine. He's unusually well for someone in his shoes, rather kind for someone who's had all their stuff taken from them. The bank literally got rid of all his possessions. His health is good and he's showing no signs of a relapse from his prior issues. Baker was yanked from his case this morning. Mike is now in charge of questioning of Philip Clements tomorrow, so he may join me a little later with Carl. From what I've heard, the man's just gonna get some potentially heavy charges, but they're also offering a massive deal if he happens to just babble long enough about his friends out on the streets. I don't think Mike is very excited. I think he respected Baker enough that he's peeved at all this. He never liked Darren since he fudged the big case last year. Those two together will be messy. Baker was passive, a little too passive. He immediately ordered a plane ticket over the phone. Lots of mumbling. He's been acting off since his last shootout. And Mike... No, Harry... Hold on a second. Mike Snyder. Harry Baker. Harry's the one with the bullets that don't feel like they're standard issue to me. They're not silver-tipped, though. Oh, we got more Paynes Creek silver at work. That's professional. Hold on, we'll come back. I guess I skipped this office, and I'll come back to it. Ooh. Oh, okay. Yeah. Are we done in here? I'm gonna say yes. What the hell is Ovaltree? S is in F. Supply already running low. Look for cheap stuff if push comes to shove. Upper arm shouldn't move? What? For who? What? Make case to chief. Trent Brown. Baker just broke his 2-month separation from booze. Drank through most of his fridge the other day. He gave me a bottle as long as I keep him company. I was glad enough to do so. I think Claire would like him, but he's too offensive to have around the kids. Hand that new folder to Dick tomorrow. He's authorizing something for case 2. Sounds like we'll have someone who's coming in to talk. Have enough money on the side to buy Claire that nice dress. Baker keeps laughing each time I ask the guys to grab donuts. I think his frustration is starting to bleed through. His last case hasn't had a breakthrough because Naka keeps dragging his feet, and since Baker himself is actually forced to stay in here. Grab Carl Tristan for questioning from NLSJ. We may have had a break, bits of evidence that should have been brought forward a decade ago. Also, don't trust Nakamura until you know that he actually has a wallet on him. He keeps muttering about how it's not his fault when he's asking for something he cannot pay for. I'm not a charity. Sometimes we fail the right people. Looking at the stuff we have, Tristan should be a free man. He's been left behind and lost a decade and a half of his life. Just poof, gone. We're going to try and get somebody just above to hear us out. It'll take time, but he can handle it. He's a tough soul. It's now $50 for the entire package. It's not like there's much in there in the first place. The thing is always light as a damn feather. Disgusting. Shitty, slimy, shady. They know I need it, and they're gonna ride my for every penny. This isn't something recreational, for crying out loud. My life actually depends on this. I had a good laugh when I went with Baker and Nakamura to lunch. Baker barely smiled, but I think he liked being out of the office. Nakamura just nodded a lot. Acts like he can actually follow a discussion, stupid moron, like a dog or something. I made him pay for the lunch. I ain't paying after he stiffed me last week. I went shooting with Dick today. His standard carry broke. If only I could get the security video feed for that. I'd been pestering him about requesting a new one the other week. Wait, Richard is motorcycle guy. I think I'll be able to have a good rapport with Phil. Seems like he's grown in the area. He was arrested with our team's hockey jersey on, but also like 30 pounds of marijuana. Seems to be a decent guy from his wife and brother's statements. Just down on his luck. He's also using a little of what he was dealing. That's rule number 1, just don't touch what you sell. How would you know? From personal experience or just being a cop? It always makes things harder, but at least I have a few jokes that I think he'll be able to laugh at. I just have to make sure Nakamura doesn't screw with this. He needs to keep quiet when I'm trying to connect with Phil. We're not doing any sort of act, we're keeping everything straight. Okay, so I can't actually click on anything in this drawer. Wait. What is this? Is that a screwdriver? She's masking her voice. Huh. Did I look at these already? Upper arm shouldn't move. Buy more red pens and markers. Strict regulations on meet between Jenny and Ben about Judy. Yeah, man, there's just so many names here and there. Martin, rough voice. Like Martin. That's probably a name that won't fucking matter. Roger. Claire is his wife, I'm guessing. Frank. Is this about Frank? The arm movement. Okay. Is that everything for you, sir? Okay, one more to go. His handwriting seems different from the others. Get more floppies! This I don't really understand. I kind of take this as just part of the cleaning process, right? I don't know. ACC. It's a tip? What? Ooh. Dune Sweeper 45. Sharpshooting. Oh. Oh. Revolver. This is what these bullets would be for then. Oh my gosh, we're missing a few guns. Long gun competition. 86. Some historical gun that is missing. Well, is that this gun? That's just what the ammo's for. So this ammo's not gonna be regulation. Because this was just a gun that he won for a competition. Not something that he would just be issued at work. That would be the 9mm. But oops. It's getting to me. Oh my god, what's wrong with me? It's getting to me that the oh. That those bullet tips were silver colored. Rich wants it cleaned. I'm printing this ticket off our website on the World Wide Web. Please be sure to keep 3 copies. First is for the official, at the airlines. Yeah, so he bought he bought himself a plane ticket. We knew that. I am definitely not keeping details of their cases in my head at all. All these names and whatnot. Like calling the schools, the judges, pastor says this kid, whatever. Happy birthday, Kyle. Hope you enjoyed turning 15. I know your mother likely threw a great party. Hope you had a good time with your friends. I'm sorry I missed your birthday. I had tickets, but there was a last minute incident over here I have to take care of. Next time I promise to be there. I'm sorry. I hope this gift reaches you in time. I may not always be there, and the past 15 years makes that evident, but I want to pass this on to you as it was given to me. This has been in our family for many, many generations, and it belonged to your great-great-grandfather. I would hope that you use this as an inspiration and eventually pass on to your own children. Oh. But he hasn't sent it yet. Was he passing on this? The old as shit gun? So, yeah, Bartholomew Baker. Is that what's in the fucking package? But this says... Oh yeah, it's to Kyle. He does not have his father's last name. But it's been impounded, so to speak, or whatever. Due to current state policies, we're sorry to inform you the package was not permitted to be sent So we gain clearance. Or maybe you just can't send fucking guns in the mail. I don't know. I don't actually know. Maybe they have to be disassembled a certain way, or I don't know. Had a number of recent complaints about drinking. Do not drink during work hours. Police Chief Sheridan. September 29th. Today's morning and noon shift. What is today? I don't know. I forget how to fucking check the date. Every time. Nakamura to unlock our squad racks and equipment room. Bolts to meet with department head. Baker to come in, finish report. Donuts coming in hot. Jimmy from 2 offices over supplying. Morning announcements. Senator Bolts to talk with department head. Expected call later today. From HR. Escort of prisoner 1 and 2 to respective interrogation cells. Transfer of keys to Snyder. Questioning of prisoners. Switch 12:45 lunch break. Harry in charge of watching over prisoners. Baker meeting with department head. Reacquired equipment checkover by Bolts. Reconfirmed department head about reacquired equipment. Baker is officially on paid leave. I'm pretty sure that if you're doing 24-hour time, you're not supposed to put the colon in the middle. Maybe some places do that, though. Oh, this is 96. I thought we were in 98. Why are you leaving stuff up from 2 years ago? I guess it still bears saying, maybe. Got any bullets in the ceiling? So, here's the thing though. We need to know who was in this room being interrogated. We need to know what prisoners they were talking to today. So, like, Philip, whatever, is like the one prisoner I can think of for sure who was someone they were talking about like it was an ongoing case that they're currently working on. There's also Tristan, but I'm confused if that is a suspect because they're from some other agency. NLSJ? What the fuck is that? But it sounded like he might have been a suspect or something. Like they're treating him like he's getting special treatment because they sort of know him, but he is a suspect. That's kind of the vibe I got. But I don't remember if they were questioning him today. And I don't know who else they would have been questioning that this would have fucking happened. Huh. Yeah, I'm actually kind of like, what the fuck happened? Excuse me? I don't see any pens to look at. What the fuck is up with this fucking pen? Obsessing over some detail that doesn't matter. So I do think it's the 25th. It's not the 26th. Gun. The killer. Hold on a second. Were all of these people killed by the same person? Oh, was that how you spell his name? Does he have 2 L's in his name? Pretty sure this is not our Philip from previous scene. This is a bit of a matter of opinion, isn't it? Who was the dirty cop, though, is kind of, that's my question I'm really not sure of. And also, I'm really not sure of this either. Just throwing a name out there. Who died by the office doorway? I thought maybe Mike, because of reasons. The killer. Like, there's only one killer. Because this person was shot with the silver-tipped rounds. Actually, so was this person. Wait, but hold on. There's one chair on this side. And, and this person was handcuffed to the chair, so you would think that it is a prisoner that was brought in. The prisoner was brought in, somehow got loose, and just started blasting. The standard issue bullets came from outside, but these were also... I have not found any shells. Right? You know, that could really be a trick question. All of the guns involved could be standard issue. The only thing that's fucking pissing me off are these fucking round tips. There are only shells from the 9mm, right? The other shells were only in here, I think. And these are flat tipped anyway. I don't know. Like I said, I don't fucking know anything about bullets. I don't know how bullets work. Oh, I've tried to send the package down from 3 different places, but I keep voiding stuff. We rounded up a few of the downtown kids tonight, taking pot shots with their BB guns. Darian told me to cool down again. They shot my rearview mirror. Still can't send the package. I had to shoot a guy tonight. Sorry, I had to shoot someone again twice this week now. It was a teen this time. Chief woke me up in my desk this morning. He asked me a day or two ago if he should be worried. I told him I was running okay. I don't like office duty. I need help. I need to get out of here. All I do now is drink and write papers. There's nothing here. I haven't talked to Kyle, and I'm stuck here doing these goddamn papers. Now I can only listen to Darren complain about things. Chief told me I cannot drink anymore in the office. Bullshit. It's the only thing that can help me right now. Oops. I've been really testy again. I need to go to the bar, but I cannot do it right now. Need to be clean, even if only for just another few days. I don't want it to end like it did last time. The only good thing is, now I can go do what I want. My flight leaves tomorrow evening. I ain't staying around here. I need to meet with him face to face. Did he take time off, or is this an involuntary paid leave? It was not exactly clear. Gosh, I would... Wait, this is Harry. I keep getting Harry Baker and Mike Snyder mixed up in my head, I think. Mike was the guy who I think was sitting here, because this is his planner. NSLJ? I think it was NLSJ in a different letter. Because I remember going NL, like, oh, okay, the state, and then SJ, like, you know, I don't know what that would stand for, though. What is that? Wait. Harry. Yeah, was he in a reasonable state of mind? Reasonable? I don't see any reason why he would go around shooting people if he was the shooter. Like, he's sad and he's drunk, but, like, I don't know. I don't think it would be reasonable to go around shooting a bunch of people if he was the one that did it. I don't think he was, but, was he in a reasonable state of mind? What does that mean? What does that mean? Who died by the doorway? I'm gonna say Mike for now. But he also could have been the dirty cop. Because, yeah, oh my gosh, any of them. You know, it's funny, Nakamura is the only one I don't suspect of being the dirty cop at this point. Actually, I'm not suspecting Harry anymore either. Because he's just a fucking sad, angry guy, right? And, he's talking about the gun. Yeah, he's trying to get the gun shipped, not a bunch of drugs. Or, I mean, maybe it could be both, but I'm gonna say that it was the gun. One of these guys is our dirty cop, and Okay, with the rest of the fucking context that I have now, what was it that made me think it could be either of them? Wait, turnkey is over to Nakamura. With Mike. Open with Mike. This guy does not open every day. That's Mike. But he had to turn the keys over to Nakamura. You haven't been opening at all or closing. Mike did that every day except for this day. But yet somehow it's this person's job to turn the keys over. That makes no fucking sense. It's Nakamura today, not me. Well, it hasn't been you any day except for this one where you happened to be with Mike. This is pissing me off. What the fuck is Ovaltine? Is that one of their fake brands they made up? Like Ovaltine? This is what I was thinking, NLSJ, like SCPD. It would be something like that, right? SCLL. I don't know what the fuck that is either, but I don't think I really need to know. J could be juvie, juvenile detention. I don't know. Stop. Okay, this guy is like keeping tabs on things that doesn't feel like it makes sense. Like stocks for this rose. Why are you putting that down here? Investing. What? Do a background check on Harry. Well, yeah, he was kind of acting out. Susan and him could be running shit together. That's why we even have, like, her fucking business card. Like, who really would care otherwise? But Nakamura borrowed money from them, it sounds like. One of the clocks is an hour behind. That's such a weird little detail for them to put in there. Would that actually matter? Or are they just trying to red herring me? He needs more time to see if he can fix my gun. Okay. Where's the thing that said Nakamura owed them money? That's this. A smaller type deal. He wants pay change. Pay off his already late rental charges. Wait, so hold on. What is she? A realtor? No, payday and loans. Okay, so yeah. Wow, he's got some really specific times in his book here. Waxing his swords? What? Oh. Swords. Wait, hold on. Mark is now in charge of the questioning of Philip Clements tomorrow, or Mike. So this is one of the people that came in and questioned on this day, but also Carl. Oh no, they're meeting later with Carl somewhere else. Do we know though, like they're questioning Philip? Who the fuck else are they even bringing in? Did we see that somewhere? I mean, probably, but it sounds like they're meeting Carl Tristan somewhere else to kind of work things out off the record, so to speak. So he's been put on leave, it sounds like. Not voluntarily. Who was the dirty cop? So this guy and his wife do payday loans. This guy sounds like NLSJ. Yeah, there you go. What is going on with Tristan? With Carl Tristan? I don't understand. Does he work here? Or is he a prisoner here? Is this a detention center of some kind? State jail? Jail is not somewhere where you hold prisoners for long periods of time. That's a prison. This is suspicious. What is this about if it isn't about the drugs? Oh, Richard's standard carry broke. That's right. Well, he asked Harry to fix it for him. I think that's the one that maybe was being cleaned on the desk. Rule number 1, don't touch what you sell. Okay, I'm leaning towards it being Mike, the dirty cop. But, like, again, it's... Where is the evidence? The evidence! Why do you have so many screwdrivers, sir? That's so weird. Why do you have so many screwdrivers? You've only got this one stored in this plant, you know. This is very strange to me that we can only pick up a couple of these bags, but whatever. Like this, the screwdrivers being in his office actually makes me think he's not the one who has a screwdriver in the plant, because he's got them in his office. You know? Like, why would you have both? I don't know. Maybe Sergeant Grady is the dirty cop. You know, like, I think it's got to be one of our 4 cops here, though. Smith. Who the fuck is Smith? With Piggy. Open today. Yes, it was your job to open today. Meet with Philip at 11-ish with Piggy. Philip is the one being brought in for questioning, or one of the ones being brought in for questioning. Smith says hello. Okay, is Smith a real person? 926. Okay, so this hasn't happened. It's just weird. I feel like usually when you write a date at the top of something, it's the day you are writing it. If you are writing a note to remind yourself to do something at a date in the future, I will say, on this day, make sure you blah, blah, blah. So that makes it feel like it is the 26th. But I swear, everything else, almost everything else is telling me it's the 25th still. Like, the thing is, this guy hearing voices and whatnot makes me think he's not really involved in much else, because he's got enough fucking shit going on otherwise right now, you know? New bag of wrappers. New wrappers. That makes it sound like he's wrapping drugs. What else would you be wrapping? There's probably something. There's probably some explanation, but, what? For all the sticky notes these people use, I have yet to see one, actual sticky note pad. Required equipment check over labels. Is that because his firearm broke? Maybe. Okay, here's something I'm a bit confused about. Oh, I'm an idiot. I can read. This says about 12:35, not 7. Not just after 7. I was wondering, like, wait, why would this have been shot at, like, 7? That's too early and too late. No, it's just after 12, which is 12:30, I mean. Switch at 12:45. So this would have been just before the switch, during questioning. What do they mean by switch? What do you switch? Do you switch who's interrogating them? So here's the thing. I don't know who the other prisoner is that they brought over. If it's not Philip, then it's Carl Tristan. I'm guessing. I'm very confused about some things still, for sure. God. Wait, so, okay, he said polishing his swords. Do we think this was actually a sword rack? It did say swords, plural, and these are definitely gun racks. Oh, yeah, okay, so this top one would go all the way across, and then a smaller one across the bottom, maybe. Oh. Swords! Like, I don't understand. That seems like a matter of opinion to me. He was sad and probably angry, but was he so fucked up that he would have shot a bunch of people or whatever? It doesn't even matter because I don't know that he even was the shooter. Was the gun the killer? Again, singular killer using standard issue. I'm gonna say yes, because even though the bullets were silver tips, the casings are all the fucking same. Holy fuck, are we really thinking though that that Harry just fucking went off the deep end and shot everyone? Like, why would somebody in this position shoot? Oh my god, actually, if this was the person that started firing first, it wouldn't have been the prisoner, right? The prisoner looks like they were shot. Their arm was probably dangling from the handcuffs. He would have shot this person. He would have shot the other detective or lawyer or whoever. There's no lawyers, are there? We don't use lawyers when we talk to cops. It's just cops. And then Mike would have been out here watching. This is his briefcase. This is Mike's briefcase. Oh, wait a second. Hold on. So one person, then this would have been Mike. This would have been somebody running over being like, what the fuck's going on? From out here. Ooh. So how the fuck are we supposed to know who this was, actually? This person was executed. Hold on. Hold on. No, this is just the schedule for the day. It doesn't mean it's happened yet. No. For other stuffs. This does not mean this is how it happened. This means we have this scheduled for today. Even though it says Baker is officially on paid leave. Okay, hold on a second. That's why this makes me think this is a log of stuff that did happen, because why are you going to put this on? He has to have a fucking meeting about it. He doesn't know this is coming and you just kind of put it on the billboard out here. That doesn't make any sense. Okay, well, this is a schedule. It's of stuff that is going to happen. Let's just go with that. This, actually, you know, if this was Baker, he could have just like popped right out of his office like, hey, what the hell? And then gotten shot real quick. But it really could have been anybody, right? Let's just say Harry went crazy and started blasting. And so he shot Mike. Why the hell would this person be shooting here, though? This way. If this person... this has to be the shooter, where the shooter started shooting. This person would have shot the people closest to them first. And then... why would they have come over here to take cover? If they're just shooting, wouldn't they go out the door? Wouldn't they just fucking go out the door? Okay, let's just say, okay, we shoot these people real quick close to me, and then we come over here to take cover. And we start shooting at this person. And they shoot back at him. They miss. A couple of times. But then what is this person doing? I mean, this person kills this person. They hit them. And then this person, stands up and gets shot in the leg. Maybe that's actually what happened. They stood up. This person was still over here. They shot through the glass, hit them in the leg. So this person didn't really have time to react, didn't shoot back. They just started crawling over here. Wait. This person did not take cover over here. Let's start over. This person shoots these two people. Then they get up. They shoot this person in the leg. This person starts crawling away. This person starts coming after them, but then this person starts firing. So they fire back. It's not that they were shooting into the glass on purpose. They just missed a couple of times. And then this person fires back a shitload of times. And eventually hits this person and gets them. And then this person has dragged themselves over here in the meantime. They come over here, fire, execute him, point blank range. And then, for good measure, they come in here and they shoot this person in the head. That's right this? What is this? This was who they were actually trying to kill the whole time, though. Ooh, because they strangled them. Or something. Like, they didn't shoot them. Well, okay, maybe he was out of bullets by that time, actually. Ooh, how many rounds do their guns hold? I was gonna say, the fact that they didn't kill this person by shooting them, by like strangling, it's so much more personal. But you could say that, I mean, again, this person was executed. I don't understand this black mark on the floor. It looks like marker just drawing like an error. And this arm could have been, both their arms could have been up trying to get their throat free. Ooh, that's interesting. Well, if they're running out of bullets, they're lucky they got this person in one. This was the person they really wanted to kill, though. They had to go through all these other people to get to them. Why? Why? I don't know who that would have been. I'm gonna keep this as Mike. It might have been Richard, though. Honestly, it might have been Nakamura, too, though. Room number 1 is this one. They're basically asking, who was the prisoner that this person actually wanted to kill? That's what they really mean by who was the prisoner in room number 1. Would it really have been Philip? The other prisoner, I was assuming, was Carl Tristan? And it sounds... Oh my gosh. I don't know. So, like... Okay, let me count the bodies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Huh. What? You had time to do this? So, there's another step involved. You shoot these people, come out, and then shoot this person in the leg. And then you know the chief is going to come out, so you block the door. You really had time to do that before they came out? That's crazy. This person didn't get any shots off. Wait, no. This person... Hold on a second. I keep saying this person shot at the shooter and missed, but there are no shells over here. Why would that be? Maybe this was Harry. Your name's Harry, right? Maybe this was Harry. Maybe he grabbed one of these guns. No. What? Oh, this is about when his rearview mirror got fucked up. When he saw me chase kids, pulled a pistol while running. I fired 3 shots by the time he turned to face me. Trying to absolve yourself of shooting somebody who never even shot at you in the first place. In 3 days. That's today. He might have strangled suspect 3. Let me give this another read. And suspect 3 turned the vehicle off and raised his arms in the air, but suspect 2, one of the kids, pulled out a pistol. Why would he have flipped out on suspect 3, though? That's the same file no matter what. It's not like we have their names, though. But maybe that... Oh my gosh. I don't fucking know. Surprise, surprise. Where was Nakamura at this time? At 12:45 or whatever. He didn't write down where he was in his planners. Wait, Mike's gonna join a little late. because Mike's at the interrogations. Well, then what the hell? Where is Rich at this time? I can't fucking guess. He could already be out of the office because he's meeting with this guy. It says meet with, like they're not interrogating him in an interrogation room. This is some other thing going on. So who died by the office doorway? Where was Nakamura? Was he the other cop in the interrogation room number 2 with Harry? Let's throw some spaghetti out there and see what happens. Three out of 7, okay. The 3 that I'm thinking
Loading Bloodbath.
are correct. What was in the package?
Good luck.
What was in the package? How many people were killed? September 25, yeah. How many people were killed? And maybe this one is, maybe you're supposed to say no. Ooh, and then this one. I have to find out the name of suspect number 3 from the 22nd. Yeah, the rappers thing makes me think Nakamura, but that is literally it. I can't, I'm hungry. I have to save this. Oh my god, 2.5 hours of recording? I am starving. I have to come back to this and try again some other time. The other day, I actually pulled my husband in to look at this with me because I thought it'd be fun and because I was just losing my mind a little bit with some details, and he didn't want to guest star, his words, but he helped me with, like, well, one really important thing to start with here. He reminded me, I swear I knew this somewhere back here, but I don't think it was going to come forward and I wasn't going to remember it. He helped me remember something really important, and that is that revolvers don't automatically eject their shells. You have to eject them manually. So, this person, whoever this was, used the revolver and the revolver bullets to fire into this room. So these bullets, this is standard issue. This is the 9mm standard issue. I think that we're supposed to assume that this person was Harry because it's his gun and his bullets, so he would know where they are, and he's close enough to just real quick, you know, grab the closest gun to him with bullets that happens to have bullets on hand. Whether or not this is his gun, it doesn't matter. It's disassembled, it would take too long to put it back together and be able to use it. So he knew that he had these on hand, but I am thinking, well, what if somebody else in the office knew that he had this gun, that, you know, they also had bullets to go with it? You'd hope that, you know, detectives would want to keep tabs on where all the guns and live ammunition are in their office, if possible. But I think we are supposed to assume that this was Harry, actually. And this being Harry, of course, changes everything that happens in this scene, from what I've been assuming. Because I was kind of thinking, well, okay, if Harry's the shooter, here's what happened, right? But the shooter would have to be somebody else now. Now, another theory that my husband came up with while we were looking at this file was that actually Nakamura is the one selling drugs, and suspect number 3, who is brought in for questioning today, maybe they knew each other from selling drugs. And maybe that's one of the reasons Nakamura actually like didn't care if he killed those people. He didn't want to be ratted out. Maybe that's it. Maybe he didn't want to be ratted out. So maybe they're in here questioning whoever, and then they bring in suspect number 3, and Nakamura is already on edge because of everything, and he kind of fucking snaps. I mean, I don't think it makes logical sense to kill somebody so they don't rat you out, but then you have to kill like 6 other people in the process. Like, that's not very covert. But if he's not in his right mind, but then it could also just be something else entirely. I'm not sure who else would be the shooter, but something that I do want to do, I think the key to that might be the question, who is in interrogation room, like who is this person? So I need to read up on Philip Clements and Carl Tristan and make sure I'm not like missing something with the 2 of them, you know? But yeah, the thing is, the person who's dealing drugs may not be the shooter. Okay, that doesn't have to be the same person. I'm torn on who the person dealing drugs is. Because Nakamura needs money, so of course that's like a big red flag for like doing illegal shit like selling drugs to try to make money. But he was so desperate, he'd already taken out payday loans. If he'd been pushing drugs for any amount of time, he would have had some amount of money, right? And there's quite a pile in this vent. Okay, I'm gonna do what I said. I'm gonna go around, I'm gonna maybe take a screenshot of every instance of those 2 people, of Philip Clements and Carl Tristan, I can find. But I don't know if we have a name for suspect number 3 from that case, or if they are just suspect number 3. Like, is there a name floating around out here that actually matches with that person? I think Philip Clements would be a different person, but I guess I don't know. So that's why I'm gonna try to read up on those things now. I don't know if you guys could see this person's name on this report is Stephen Moss. He's missing. What happened to him? Looking around Harry's desk, trying to make sense of some of these cases and these post-it notes. Kid's name was Peter Jose. Friend says Peter had issues. Pastor says kid had no issues. I think it's possible this is nothing related to anything, but like this could also be the kid that he just shot 3 days ago, and he's looking for some kind of, maybe not justification, but anything to help him ease his conscience about it. Mom's number. Mom's name is Jasmine. Miss Jose still won't talk. Send flowers. I don't know if that's all the same person. Also, don't fucking send flowers to the family of a kid that you killed while on duty. Don't do that. Don't fucking do that. The fuck is wrong with you? Stay away. Call her back next week. Because I'm trying to find out the name of the person who was brought in for questioning from that incident 3 days ago. By us early tomorrow. Suspect 3 will be questioned in 3 days. Harry was pulled off of questioning Philip Clements. So says some other thing I found. Yeah, he was yanked from his case. Mike is now in charge of the questioning of Philip Clements tomorrow. And this is from Nakamura's desk. Meet with Philip at 11-ish with Piggy. What the fuck what does that mean? Piggy. Meet with Philip. But Philip's being questioned. Why would you put it that way? So swords, yes. I'm still very, like, what the fuck with this question. Reasonable being the word I object to. Was he sad? Angry? Probably. Reasonable. What does that mean? How many people were murdered? As opposed to suicided in this scenario anyway. I don't think it looks like anybody died by suicide. Like, pretty much everybody is curled up, having been shot in the torso with gunfire. Or, you know, this guy is shot in the head, but only after being shot in the leg. Yeah, I made an assumption that this person stood up, was shot in the leg, and just crawled away, but I guess it's possible that this was a self-inflicted gunshot wound. He sat here and shot himself in the head. It's possible just that he did catch a stray bullet. It would have been right here, though. Shot in the leg, but the problem with that is the blood trail stops here. This person went in here and well, actually, I guess it's possible this person was the one sitting here, got shot in the leg, dragged over here, just like I said, and then was shot in the head. And maybe this person is the one who came in here. Maybe this person wasn't being questioned yet. The chairs are still pushed in. This person was just sitting in here waiting. When am I going to get questioned? This person comes in and strangles them or whatever somehow, and then stands over here and is like, all right, job done, and then shoots himself in the head and dies. Maybe that's what happened. So then it would be 5 murders, 1 suicide. Regardless of who killed themselves, I don't think there would be more than 1 suicide of this bunch of bodies, right? So the answer is either 5 or 6. I still do not have any fucking idea who the dirty cop would have been. Who is the prisoner in interrogation room number 1? Dog, I have no fucking idea, actually. I'm kind of stumped. You know what? Maybe... He's still going through my reports before turning his in. Why is he always doing this shit to me? Oh. So reporting my files to Harry. He's stealing the case for himself now. What the hell is this? He's doing it again. He's taking over my shit. I hate Michael Snyder. I hate him so much. I hate him. Oh my god. Maybe you're doing a shit job, bro. I don't think I ever looked through these files like zoomed out like this. I mean, he hated Mike so much. I still kind of think Mike was sitting here and Darren executed him. What if we switch places? Was Mike the one in here questioning? There were a couple of random cops that brought these people in from the other facilities, so it's not like... I don't think I have to name every single person. Like, this is maybe just a random dude who brought this person in. And this was Mike. And this is the shooter. Or it could be that this was Rich. So then we'd really have like everybody accounted for, the 2 suspects and the 4 detectives. Mike is now in charge of questioning Philip Clements tomorrow. He may join me a little later with Carl. Oh, what did I want to look at? Jenner said that one of the clocks is an hour behind. It is currently, I think, like 11 something p.m. I really still have no fucking idea how to see what the date and time is right now. But here's the thing. In all of our other scenarios that I've noticed so far, whatever the time is that comes up in the corner actually matches the clocks. It is as if we are indeed walking in here at this time that it says there. It said something like 11 p.m. down there. It didn't say 8:45. This is more than an hour behind. Am I to take it that this clock is the one that had a failing battery? Because it does not. They have very deliberately made the clocks match the time that comes up when you load into these scenes up to this point, and this doesn't match. So it's possible the battery just died in that clock, and this is actually correct, and they just really wanted to fucking throw a wrench at us. Throw a wrench in our gears. So it is possible that this all went down at 12:35, 36, whatever. If not, it went down at 1:36, because it was an hour behind. But again, that doesn't make sense. I don't think I've seen another clock. Yeah, I do think this was Harry. The more I think about it, at 12 or whatever, well, this was at 2, almost 3 p.m. Harry in charge of watching over prisoners. Regardless, 1:35 or 12:35, Harry was not in charge of watching over the prisoners at that time. I'm guessing he was in his cubicle. Mike was definitely in here, whether or not he was actively questioning a suspect or sitting here supervising. I cannot, with the who was the dirty cop and which prisoner. I got, 3 out of 7 right last time, so I just don't think that these are right, but I have no idea. And I hate the idea of just throwing a different name in here for luck. I'm going to submit this so that we can see if these two things are correct, I guess. And then load back in so I can see what fucking time it is. (11:56 p.m.) I can't with the, who's the dirty cop thing. To me, signs point to Nakamura. Just the rappers, that alone. But he's so broke. He must be a really bad drug dealer. He must not be good at it. Are there any shells in this room? Oh no. If he shot himself in this room, wouldn't there be a shell somewhere nearby? Oh my gosh, the nearest one is this one. This one. Maybe this person didn't get shot in the leg at all. Maybe Mike got up and ran into this room for cover. And then the shooter did get shot here. Came over here. Well, again, I am assuming the shooter came into this room and killed this person. Strangled them. So there would be a fucking blood trail if the shooter was the one who got shot in the leg. No, this person crawled over here, and it's possible they shot themselves in the head. See, I got the number right, but I still don't really know what happened. I think I might have been wrong about this person shooting themselves in the head because of the absence of a shell. This person was not the one with the revolver. That's what I'm assuming, right? That was this person. I don't know if Carl Tristan was the other prisoner they were questioning today. But those are the only 2 fucking names of prisoners that I have. And because of the rapper's comment, I'm gonna say this. Let me pull up my case of the golden idol logic again. If I had 5 out of 7 last time, does it mean and I changed 2, does it mean those ones have to be the same ones that are still wrong? I think so. No, because like what if this was wrong and this was right, but this was right. And now I just made this one right. Yeah, it could still be that only one of these was right. They're fucking getting me with this. You know what I'm gonna do? I want to know that I have all the fucking clues. I just do.
Which case file would you like to tackle?
I think they'll let me pick up where I left off, right? At least not gonna.
Which case file would you like to loading Bloodbath?
I just want to find all the fucking clues. Oh, okay. It's gonna make me find all the clues again. I guess that's alright. Why is that a clue? Who gives a fuck? Do I have to find every single fucking bullet? Are all of those gonna pop up? Clue found? Just realized something kind of important. This is Mike's cubicle. Mike and Nakamura are now going to be questioning Philip Clements together. I've been trying to see if anybody mentions Phil before September 22nd. I haven't found anything yet, I don't think. They're questioning Philip together. That means that they were in interrogation room 2 with him. It was the other person, which, yeah, I know that because or at least I'm pretty sure, I was pretty sure of that because it just, Philip was the only name we had. So would it have been Tristan? Was the other person that they brought in for questioning, one of these people was the one, was suspect number 3 in the van. Seems like this guy, probably. They pulled Harry off the case. That means Mike was in the room with Nakamura. Is there anything that could make me think that Mike actually snapped enough to kill a bunch of people? Also, if only I could get the security video feed for that. I've been pestering him about requesting a new one the other week. He doesn't want security cameras watching him. It sounds like, maybe. Which sounds like a guy who's dealing drugs, right? I don't know. We know that Carl Tristan, he's obviously mentioned before September 22nd. He's definitely not suspect number 3. I think I'll be able to have a good rapport with Phil. So, like, he hasn't met him yet. Or maybe he's only just met him. I got to meet him today. I still don't know what the fuck this is. Is this talking about Carl Tristan? This is on the 20th. Mike is now in charge of the questioning of Philip Clements tomorrow. Mike's gonna join a little late, so Rich was gonna be questioning Carl Tristan. It says meet with, though. It doesn't say interrogate. That's just weird. Oh, I found an oval tree. It's this. Cream ale. And this looks like it's supposed to be something. Everything I click on, it just closes the drawer. We are missing a bunch of stuff from the cubicles. And Richard doesn't use post-it notes. He uses an actual blotter, which makes sense, I guess. Found a cigar, I believe, in Mike's desk drawer. That's like the one thing in here that might be interesting. Hey, Harry, can I have a cigar? Sure. That's how interesting that is to me. Maybe he saw his Christmas CD and his stuff and saw red. You piece of shit. God, these little cubicles, you'd think, like, how can you possibly miss something? I'm missing two things in Mike's. Last thing in Harry's cubicle, the cigars. I don't think I can click on the cigar here. I can. Okay, great. They had cigars back from when his kid was born. There's still something in Mike's cubicle. Yeah, old cigar. Mike and Harry go way back. Oh, I kind of forgot about this. Does that matter, really, though? Dug the bullet out of him and put it there. So what? What was that just popped up? Hawaiian shirt. Okay, why is that a clue? I just feel like sometimes people are quirky or they think they're quirky and they wear Hawaiian shirts or whatever. Nakamura and Mike were the two detectives in this room questioning Philip Clements. The question is, who was who? Who got shot? Who did the shooting? We know Nakamura hated Mike. I can't think for sure of anything off the top of my head that, like, I remember seeing that I didn't just look at. It didn't say that the pen was a clue. That pen is a red herring. And the composition notebook. Yeah, okay. This just makes me worry that the clues I'm missing are the clues, the important ones that'll crack the case wide fucking open. And it's probably not even that. It's probably like you could figure it out. You should be able to figure this shit out. Get your shit together and figure it out. Like, you can't possibly be hiding stuff from me in here. There's not a lot of places to hide things. The fact that it's also Nakamura and Mike that have one clue each that I haven't found is driving me insane, because those are the ones that one of them shot everybody. One of them is the killer. Although, like I said before, who the killer is isn't one of my questions that I have to answer. But it helps everything make sense if you could figure that out. Forearm. Wait. Forearm. Imagine, like, having a big badass poster of you with a big badass nickname and it's, like, spelled wrong. I hate this. What am I missing? I think this is correct. It means this would not be correct. But Mike wasn't correct either, I'm pretty sure. This is crazy. The only real thing I have to go off of, I think, that Rich would be the dirty cop, because I'm pretty sure it's not Harry, is that... Oh my god, what even was it? Oh, I just had it. There was some little thing in something that was like, oh, I guess it could be Rich. Oh my god, what was it? No, the fact that he didn't want the security cameras restored or whatever. Security feeds. But where even are there cameras? That is literally, though, the only thing. These two, for all that they hate each other, they keep going on walks at the same time of day. They both have suspicious things written down about wrappers, about packages, but, like, those I don't know for sure what the hell those are for. I don't know for sure. I do know that Rich doesn't want security feeds, or he's not bothered about getting them up and working really quick. If Rich's gun was, no, Rich wasn't the shooter. Mike and Nakamura were the ones in that room. And Richard didn't want security. Was my first guess the right one? I guess I can throw spaghetti at the wall a little bit here. I'm making educated guesses, but we're also kind of guessing and checking, and I guess that means I'm done really trying to figure this out logically to an extent. It's just kind of like, I don't even know if I can say I really got 5 questions correct, because I still don't really know which ones are correct. I'm actually kind of thinking they want me to say no for this. I actually can't remember what I said to begin with, though. So that was one of my originally correct questions, or answers. So that one was kind of Occam's razor.
Bloodbath. Loading complete. Good luck.
Kind of started overthinking that one. Oh, they do want you to say yes. Okay. Then what's wrong? What else is wrong? Oh, wait. Hold on a second. I was in assisted mode, wasn't I? I've still got my clue list. Wait. Yeah, okay. 5 out of 6. Yeah. Shouldn't tell me which ones are wrong, too. I actually didn't want that. I was going to turn it off before hitting my answers. I just forgot to do that. That's kind of funny. It won't show me that. But that's cool. That's fine. How many people were murdered? I feel like that's correct. I feel like it's 5. This has to be this dude. Who else is this gonna be? Seriously. Oh my god. I don't think this is correct. I think it's supposed to be 5. But we're playing math games now. Probability or whatever. The answer's either 5 or 6, huh?
Would you like to tackle? Loading Bloodbath.
Wait a second. I got that number wrong? There's 6 body outlines, which means one person shot 6 people and then left, or they shot 5 people and then themselves. How many people were murdered? Why would more than one person commit suicide? And if it's more than 6, how would we know that? How would we know that for sure? Is this another one that's actually going to make me mad? Why would more than... What? I don't know. More than one person killed themselves? I'm so confused. The person that wasn't shot, what happened to them? I still think they were strangled. Okay, so the person who got shot in the leg or whatever dragged themselves to the wall. I guess they shot themselves while all of this was going down, just because maybe they knew that it was coming and they wanted to take their fate into their own hands a little bit or something. Darren Nakamura and Michael Snyder were interrogating Philip Clements, Harry Baker was in his office cleaning Richard Boltz's broken pistol, having just been relieved of active duty. But that happened at like 2. Richard Boltz was sitting down with Carl Tristan in interrogation room 1. Okay, so he was in the room already. Darren had not received his required dose. So that body was Richard's in interrogation room 1. Richard, Carl Tristan. Oh, so yeah, how did Carl Tristan die then? If Nakamura was shot by the revolver, right? And he did not enter interrogation room 1 to kill Tristan. He just shot Boltz. And then he sat down and shot himself. Wait, but that's... So then what happened to Carl Tristan? Hold on, can I intuit this before I keep reading? No, I can't. Darren had not received his required dose of medicine. He had pills in that bottle on his desk. Why didn't he take them? As he sat with Michael Snyder, a man who he already deeply hated, he heard enough jokes at what he personally believed were his expense. He snapped and began shooting his colleague. Before standing up, shooting the suspect. In a rage, he then stormed out, blockading the observation room. Harry heard the gunshots and began to scramble to find a usable weapon. Nakamura began to walk towards the other interrogation room. As he approached, Harry Baker finished loading his revolver. Harry cracked the door and took a few shots at Nakamura, and the clock was hit, displaying its final time. Nakamura quickly returned fire, shot numerous times back at his partner. They were both hit. Nakamura getting lucky, shooting Harry in a vital spot. Nakamura limped over to a nearby desk, pulled out the bullet that Harry shot him with. He knew he would die by bleeding out. Nakamura then saw Richard with Carl Tristan, the suspect that had been falsely imprisoned years ago. It had been 10 minutes since Nakamura began his rampage, but he was not about to calm down just yet. Remembering that Richard never truly helped him with money, in a blind fury, what is Richard doing this whole time? Just sitting there like, yep, there's gunshots happening. This is cool, whatever. He shot in the head. After Richard fell down, Nakamura stumbled and collapsed against a nearby wall, sitting below the clock. Carl Tristan, old and with a weak heart, began to have a heart attack. Overlooking the carnage, hearing the dying breaths of Carl Tristan, Nakamura began to calm down. How should I have known he was old and had a weak heart? That could have been missing evidence in Mike's cubicle. Oh, back. Do I need to look at this? Right? Okay.
Congratulations. You are now an official licensed investigator. How was the exam?
It was fun. I'm gonna say hard.
Now that it's over, how do you feel?
I'd love to solve more.
Welcome to the agency. We'll see you on Monday.
Give me that last case. Give me that last case file. Yeah, I totally just knew all of this without brute forcing anything. Credits! Yeah, this was really fun, okay? It's a fun game. People don't like it as much as the Painscrew Killing. Oh, it's so inferior. I don't know. It's a different setup. It's organized differently. But I love this kind of setup. It's the same thing. Again, same thing as Case of the Golden Idol. You're given a static scene, you have to find the clues, and then you put the pieces together to answer the questions that you're given. It's wonderful. The problem with this particular game or some of the scenes is not that they're too hard, it's that it feels almost impossible to make the correct guesses. I still don't know if I'm putting this the right way. You can make a lot of correct feeling guesses. It's picking the one that have... No, how do I put this? What fucking room is that? Like, where's this? You can usually come up with several theories with all the evidence that have no holes in them. And you don't know which one is right. You are almost forced to throw spaghetti at the wall a little bit. And that's frustrating. That part is frustrating. But I have respect. This has gotta be so fucking difficult to come up with these detective games and their scenes and stuff. I think this was also a step in the right direction for EQ, okay? Paint Screen Killings relied a lot on written down like journals and stuff, which is not their strong suit. Maybe if they hired like one or two actual like editors and writers, like really strong writers, that would solve that problem. But this went away from just reading blocks of text, at least a step away from that. We still had to do that a bit, right? But not as much as Paint Screen Killings. So I liked that. Oh, sweet. Okay, so this is where all those other scenes are from. Hughes Manor Feud. Sweet. I'm excited. I'm excited for that.